Mike, turn your games down.
Hi everybody, welcome to episode 392 of Games My Mom Found. I am Mike Albertin, and who's in a Dynasty Warriors game with me tonight?
My lord, it's Dominic. How's it going?
Hey, welcome back again.
Hello, again. I'm getting close to 100 appearances. I know I am.
I got you. You're on a bunch of episodes coming in the future too, so people will hear you for months.
I will be here for a little bit. If you don't like my voice, I apologize. But if you do, hello.
So we're here to talk about kind of a deep cut. Every so often I do some deep cuts on the regular episodes. This was something I've always wanted to play. We're here to talk about Devil King, developed and published by Capcom, director Makoto Yamamoto, and came out in 2005 for PS2.
Yes.
And that's it.
Better known in Japan as Sengoku Basara. Very different game in Japan. Very different series. We got the third one later, Samurai Heroes, on the Wii and PS3, and that's the only other time we've gotten one of these.
I mean, the only reason I even know this game exists is I've never played it before, but I remember at Kmart, remember those stores, kids? And I remember seeing it, and I was like, that looks interesting. And I never picked it up, but I've always been curious about it because it's a Capcom title, and I really like Capcom games.
I do well. We've played a lot of Capcom games together, especially in this era.
Well, I do a ton of.
Yeah. This is, based on the box. I will say for me, I picked this up a long time ago when I was, my teenage years. And then I eventually, sold it at some point, and then I got it back for this. But it was like a thing I played for like 30 minutes. It was like, oh, that's interesting. And then I watched like whatever DVD I bought that day as well, and then moved on with my life.
That's fair. I never picked up this game. It would have been near the time that I had away, so I was not spending money on video games anymore, unfortunately. But I've always wanted to get to this, and even though I've had access to emulation for years, this was one of the games I never got to yet. And we have some big RPGs in the episode before this, Assassin's Creed Origin, the next episode, which I'm not going to talk about right now, also an RPG. So it was like, I need something that I can play in a few hours and then get to the next games.
Right.
For the show. And I was like, why not? Let's play this.
And, this is one of those games where it's as short or as long as you want it to be. You could play through one campaign and be satisfied, or you could play through all the campaigns.
How many campaigns are there?
I want to say there's 12, because I believe you unlock a character every time you play one of the initial 6.
That's not bad. 12 is not terrible. I did 5.
If I read the Wikipedia article again, I know they cut some of the characters from the American release.
Oh.
I think they cut like 4 of them.
Okay, that's weird.
And more.
Why would you cut it if it's already there? I guess they didn't want to translate it or spend more money on the game, that they were like, this ain't gonna sell.
Well, it's weird, right? Because, this is like, Sengoku Basara is like a series about ancient Japan. It's a very historical, but, kind of fantastical look at, those Dynasty Warrior stuff that we've seen that Koei does. For whatever reason, they didn't just want to localize that and be done with it. They said, no, we got to change it to be about devils and demons and Devil May Cry kind of stuff.
It's weird in that, like, the main character on the cover and supposed to be kind of the main character you play as is Nobunaga.
Yeah, he's called Devil King.
It's just weird. I'm like, I have played a lot of Nobunaga games made by Capcom. I'm okay with that. I like most of them. And I was like, okay, not what I expected again. But all right, I'll take it.
But, like, the actual main characters are the Azure Dragon and Scorpio, Masamune and Yukimura. And here they are kind of pushed to the side.
Yeah, Devil King is the big important character.
Even though, realistically, like, this is sort of like I call it like a board game style, where you have an army, you're on a map, you just kind of go from skirmish to skirmish to skirmish, and you take over the whole board.
I personally like it, because, like, when you pick your character, you get to see a map, very much like Risk. Mm-hmm. Also, I think it's a good way to compare it to. Right. And then you kind of go from there. You will then play through the game, and you pick who you want to attack, who's near you, and then they'll attack other people too, and then they'll knock out people off the map, and they can attack you once in a while. And it was honestly pretty cool.
And that's kind of the style that a lot of these games have done, like Nobunaga's Ambition and things like that. It's always been like these factions and these territories and these larger areas and feudal combat. Here, like, if you look at the NES games, there's like 30 something territories at a time, and this one has like, 16 or something.
Okay.
And then this one makes it very simple and very like fast. It's not about resources. It's not about like troop morale a little bit in the actual skirmish, but not like overall between fights.
No, and it's very little. Like, it's there in a fight, which is, I think, is kind of common when it comes to these type of games in general. Like, they'll be like, oh, you're, making people happy. Like, okay, type of thing. Like,
it didn't really seem to matter even though.
Well, I played this on easy, and no, it didn't matter.
I tried it on normal, and it was actually kind of hard. So I think they it's like Japanese normal is easy, Japanese hard is normal kind of situation.
Oh, okay. Again, they do that a lot with Japan
to
games.
The Western people for some reason, as if we need to know, like, as if devils are somehow better than just like, yeah, that's Nobunaga, motherfucker.
I mean, Nobunaga did kill a lot of people, and he was a devil to some people, I'm sure.
Yeah, that was like your angle and like making it kind of like, yeah, he's kind of a devil king, isn't he? I'd be cool with that, but like,
I think also to kind of connect with Animusha in a sense, because it's Nobunaga. Nobunaga is a demon in Animusha, so
sure. But like the text, the words on the cover are very Devil May Cry.
Oh God, yes, they were going for a certain feel, and this game only got re-released once in Japan on PS3, and that's it. We never got it,
and that was the original Sengoku Basara, not this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is like one of those things that's kind of like tossed in the bin and forgotten about by Japan because no one likes these changes.
I mean, I'm always sad when games don't exist anymore.
I get that, absolutely.
That's a hill that I will always die on.
Like, I do think it should exist, but it's also kind of like, when they were having anime in the early 90s, that was like 4 different series cobbled together. It's like, yeah, I guess we should kind of save that, but it's also kind of like a massacre of the original work to begin with.
Yeah, that's different. I mean, I just meant in general, like, games should be, like, this should be reported to other things and be available for people who are curious.
I mean, there was like an HD collection in Japan.
Oh, that's Japan. Don't help me.
I want to say, let me see. It was...
And sometimes it's really fun to play a Dynasty Warriors clone. Like, I enjoy those a lot. I have played a few of them, and it was just nice to play another one for the show.
Yeah. I've never finished one of them, so I'm glad to finally have done so.
I was surprised you played as much as you did, though.
You know what? It was simple enough. If a game is, like, pretty easy, like, I played on easy, so if it's like, I can just do this and just bang it out, why not?
No, fair. Sometimes that's what you need. You need something that's just simple, fun. It's just, it doesn't, like, this was a nice one to throw on my Steam Deck. I just played it when I was doing other stuff, and it didn't force a lot of brain power out of me.
Right.
I was just able to have a good time, play it, have fun, and blow through. The only reason I stopped playing it because I had to start other games.
No, yeah. Also, the HD collection was for PS3 in 2012. It was 1, 2, and then I guess 2 had an expansion called Heroes. So,
okay,
which makes sense.
I learned something new.
On PS3.
I mean, I had no idea when I first picked this that this was part of a long-running series. I was just like, this will be fun.
Yeah,
for the show.
Apparently, I believe it's 2, which was one of those like PS2 games that was later on in the PS2's life near the PS3. Apparently, the second one was so popular it like sparked a like cultural interest in like ancient Japan and like history.
That is cool, though. I like when games have that effect. And I mean, this didn't feel too crazy. Like, you didn't have like magic powers really or anything, I don't think, from what I remember.
I mean, you had like special attacks and like, like they had the weird names like Azure Dragon and Scorpion.
Yeah, but they still fought with spears and swords and guns.
Yeah. And then there was like the occasional like Iron Colossus type.
Oh yeah, I just took it as like a Goliath type character from history type thing. That guy was a fucker when I fought his.
I didn't even try taking him down.
I tried. I'm like, this is pointless.
Though you can play as him.
Yeah, I beat the game as him.
Good.
It was one of the few characters. That was actually the last character I did where I was like, I need to put this game down and walk away now. I think he was last.
Yeah, I think he's like supposed to be the last one you unlock, but
he was the last one I unlocked. So I can read and actually tell you who I beat the game with, because in games like this, same with like fighters, I keep track of who I beat the game with. So that's my way of being like, oh, this is how I beat the game. So I use Azure Dragon, Devil King, Scorpio, Iron Ox, and Venus.
That's only 4.
Is that only 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's 5.
Oh, that's 5. I'm stupid. Okay.
I was like, I know I'm bad at counting, but I ain't that bad. I also played a lot of this game in a dealership waiting to get my air condition fixed, which they didn't fix. But that wasn't their fault. There was another part that was broken. But I played a bunch of this game to sit in it.
Sure. And, you know, each run is like, I don't know, 5 to 8 fights.
Yeah, about 2 hours.
And you can kill everyone if you want and do all of the little stage things, or just kind of run through it and just finish it as quick as possible.
I did that near the end. I have a problem where I like to do more in those stages. I like to take out all the commanders because it feels like that makes sense to me from a warrior standpoint.
Yeah, if you're like in the battle, that's what you want to do.
Yeah, you want to take out the army and you want to make sure that your army is able to win. And if you were attacked, like you have reinforcements because you have been winning in the battlefield and pushing your troops forward. Even though like I'm not easy, I don't need to do that, but I just do. And you get drops, you get items, you get different equipment that drops, so you can get different weapons, you can get different accessories that carry over to each character and they level up. Like, and the characters level up too. Like, it was a decent game. Like, I didn't have a problem with it. I liked it personally.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with it. It was all right. I feel like it was not like super deep. Like I was thinking of like Chaos Legion, where that was like really deep and obscure in a way that was like hard to appreciate.
That was just bad too.
Well, yeah, but it was like, you know, you could get tens of thousands of points to like invest in all these different stats.
I mean, that's just when you do ridiculous things and make stuff cost ridiculous amount just because you can.
Right, and this one's like, yeah, you'll get stuff at the end of each round, and maybe you'll get a cool weapon, maybe you'll get some gold, who knows?
And depending on, like, you'll fight different characters, depending on who you attack first, because then the other ones will beat other people out, so that's why I try to play the game 5 times, so I would experience each map.
Yeah, I want to make sure to see everyone at least once. I think there was some I was still not seeing until like later on.
Oh, thought about doing more, but I just was like, I need to put this game down. I need to move on to my next game. So
I mean, I get it. Like at a certain point, you played it, and then there's nothing more to it, right? It's kind of
it just felt like I was done.
Yeah, some of the cutscenes are ridiculous.
I got tired of them,
and like some of them,
I got tired of them.
Some of them are like, I feel like they're changed to be a little more funny, and then some of them are just clearly meant to be ridiculous,
which fits the style of game.
Yeah, but it was one of those situations. I think it was the Venus one where like it was kind of embarrassing to play.
Fair.
It's like she's all up in the hots for whatever dude that was, and she's like fantasizing about it and stuff.
Was it? I forget who she works for. Because she's part of somebody's squad, but I can't remember who was the main person that she works for. Because she's one of like the sub bosses,
right?
She's one of the people I beat the game with too.
It was Reaper or something, I think.
Was it Reaper? Reaper only fought like once or twice.
I think it was or something. But
not super.
There was definitely some like fantastical, like love fantasy type stuff going on in there. And it was the classic like roommate being like, "What is that? What are you playing?"
You're like, "Good question."
So, you know, there's a little bit of that. And then there's a little bit of like the Scorpio and whatever, you know, his main boss is being like, "My lord, Scorpio, my lord."
Yeah, it was an odd little game. But it's just one of those games that I've always wanted to play. And
yeah,
I personally like Dynasty Warrior type games. They've always been a type of game that I'm into. I don't play them often, but they're fun.
They're a game that I will like, you know, bash around in for a while and then move on.
So you played a few before, you said then, correct?
Yeah, played a little bit. Like not a ton, but like, you know. I play Dynasty Warriors in the same way that I like to boot up World Series of Poker and then like bet a ton of money, lose, and then turn it off.
Okay. I did Fire Emblem Warriors for this podcast. I did Zelda, Hyrule Age of Calamity. Like, I do like that style. I didn't realize Capcom made one of those. I had no idea this was a Dynasty Warriors clone when I picked it for the show, by the way.
I had a feeling.
I knew nothing about it other than the cover. I was just like, shit, let's play it. Me and you have been doing a lot of deep cuts from that era. So I was like, fuck it, let's do another deep cut.
And you know, we did it, and it's interesting to compare and see where this is compared to, you know, Devil May Cry, Chaos Legion, all the other ones that we've done.
I guess Chaos Legion kind of was a Dynasty Warriors clone too, sort of.
It was more of a hack and slashy, like
not
this, but not Devil May Cry. A little bit of a middle. I mean, we even did Dragon Guard, which isn't Capcom, but similar.
No, Square Enix, but that game also connects to other franchises, and I always wanted to play it again.
Yeah,
I have a little interest. Eventually, yeah. I'm surprised I've never got to it yet, but I'm purposely holding back until the schedule change. So
sure.
But I thought the game was decent. I thought it was a fun, like, going through the levels. The levels were different enough. Like, some of, like, the side characters that don't attack lands, like, that I missed out on a couple times, they had really interesting stages if you attack them.
There's interesting different objectives because, a lot of it's like, kill the boss, but then some of them, there's like a race through the level in one of them. There's a, like, defend your keep sort of situation. There's one where you gotta, like, blow up a door. So there's, like, all these little objectives that you kind of find every once in a while that are fairly stage specific. And that makes it more interesting and less of the same thing every time, but I still feel like it's majority still the same thing every time.
Very much so was. But that didn't bother me personally.
I mean, I also played each character, right? So it's kind of, I did it to myself. But, like,
yeah, that by the 5th character, I was just like, I need to be done with this game because I'm not getting anything new out of it other than to mark on my list that I did it type of thing.
Right.
And that's when I walked away.
And I was interested in seeing some of the unlocked characters for sure. So it's like, I had reasons I wanted to keep playing, like playing as Hornet, like the little kid that runs around with Devil King. That was cool.
Oh, I did not play him.
Yeah, like that was probably one of the better fighters, I feel like. Like there's different weapon variety too, so that can make some of the runs a little more fun compared to others if you like big spears or like gauntlet style weapons or something.
Yeah, 100%. This is the kind of game where if I would have had it on PS2, I would have beat it with everybody type of thing.
Yeah.
Because that's how I played games sometimes on PS2. Like, stuff like this would have been something I would have just thrown in every so often and ran through a campaign. And I tried, but you can't play them all so close together because they're so much alike. It's kind of like one of those games you need to put down and come back to, like maybe the following week, play through another campaign, put it down, come back to it, like, and then eventually beat them all.
Yes.
Yes, I can't do it.
If you're a sicko like me, that's just like, I want to get through it. Let's do it. You're going to kind of grind it down until there's nothing left.
But did you have fun, though?
I enjoyed doing it. I liked seeing what this game was after, wondering for so long. And because, like, this was at a time when Capcom was really firing on all cylinders before they kind of dipped down again in the later 2000s, early 2010s, and then eventually ramped back up again, right? This was kind of like a really good period for them.
All right.
Resident Evil was doing really well. There was so many new PS2 like franchises and other franchises like Phoenix Wright that were happening around the same time as this. So like they were doing really, really well. And then like this went on to be something in Japan, but here, like we just know it as Devil Kings, and that's like a weird oddity.
Yeah, until you told me, I did not know that this was something else that then was brought here for one type of game and then kind of forgotten about for years.
Yeah. I'm curious like what the later one is like.
I am too.
I would hope that they would at least keep it to what it was supposed to be. It seems like they do.
I was just surprised to find out this was a franchise that existed.
Oh yeah, there was like anime and everything. It was like a huge cultural force. And then I think it died down around like 2016 or so.
Cool though.
Yeah. And then, that was right when Capcom had their resurgence. So I don't know. Maybe they'll bring it back, or maybe they'll be like, no, that was a time and place. Time to move on.
I just want it to be re-released.
I mean, that'd be great. But like, Capcom is so busy doing so many things with their big franchises, kind of like selectively releasing this one and this one, this one and that one. We're going to do a bunch of Resident Evils, but here we'll do Devil May Cry 5. We'll do a new Onimusha.
Man, I'm so Onimusha coming out.
Yeah, it looks cool. September. But I'm curious if this will fit into their plan.
I'm excited. Yeah. I mean, and this was a good Dynasty Warriors clone. I mean, I played for you like we were talking about earlier, and I liked it. It wasn't hard, which was nice. It was just, this was more fun than Fire Emblem is.
So what is how would you compare it to like the Hyrule Warriors, Fire Emblem Warriors? Like what are, because I haven't played those yet. So like what's different?
Fire Emblem, I think I have a little bit I so like Hyrule is great. The one I played for the show Age of Calamity, which is the in the Breath of the Wild, is a what if type game. And because I love the characters, because I enjoy that world, I find the game just super fun. This, for a guy who had no connection with this at all, I really had a good time though. I don't know. It just, the gameplay in this was fun and different enough. Mm-hmm. And you are right. The characters all felt.
Yeah.
And that was
one of the nice things, is that they found ways to make them different, interesting, so that you wanted to keep playing to experience different ones.
And that was something I thought was good and needed. Sometimes these games can get boring. Feel that way. I got bored, but I'd be
right.
and didn't have pain to it. Like Hyrule Warriors pain. So does Fire Emblem.
Right. And this one again is just like you take your character and conquer the territories, and you're done.
Yeah.
Very quick in, very quick out. Can be done in one setting very easily.
And sometimes that's all you need. Oh, most of these are beat in one sitting.
So
When I beat Venus's, I wasn't gonna play. It's like I'm done. I beat 4, then I beat another one. Venus, I ended up doing like last minute. I was just like, I don't want to go downstairs and get my laptop. I'll just run through another campaign.
And it was probably worth it, I bet.
I didn't have a bad time. It was just I needed to get on to other projects. It's really all it was. Otherwise, I might have messed around more. But it just didn't feel like it was. I needed to, and other games were a calling.
I can't blame you. I mean, there's so many other bigger games that you scheduled this around, intentionally so. So
I did not think when I remember when I looked at how long to beat, it said, "Oh, this game is like 2 hours." I was like, "Well, that doesn't." And it was. They weren't wrong. They just meant if you beat one campaign, which is essentially beating the game. But I wanted to see more of the game than that, so I didn't stop.
Right. It could be 2 hours if you really wanted to be, but it could be 20.
Was this game co-op?
I don't think so, but
I don't remember.
You can play against people.
That's no fun.
Yeah,
co-op was some of the Dynasty Warriors do co-op. Like 2 and 3 did co-op because I played those with a buddy of mine, split screen.
Yeah, okay. I'm looking at the menu here. You could do Conquest, you could do Free Battle, which Conquest
is the main story.
Conquest is the closest thing we have to story. Free Battle is just, hey, do a map.
I mean, hey, nothing wrong with having that there because you can technically level up all your characters. You can try to grind out better items if you care enough.
And the back of the box does say 1 player, so that there was no multiplayer.
Oh, that's sad then. Okay.
But you can do Nobunaga versus Nobunaga, which is cool, in the free battle mode. And that's what I did for.
I wouldn't want that. I did like how everyone has their own like teams as much as they did. I thought that was all well done. The graphics were good. They did the job.
Yeah, like some of the cutscenes look really nice. And sometimes they were 2D, sometimes they were 3D.
I had no issue with them. I thought the game looked good enough for a PS2 game, and it did its job. They were,
I think they did an interesting thing of like making all the cutscenes very disparate from each other so that you only got certain ones with certain characters.
Yeah.
I'm curious what they would look like if they were like stitched together to tell like a linear story. But there really isn't probably enough even then to actually tell a story by itself.
No, I don't think every character even had cutscenes, because not every character is important.
Right.
I mean, Nobunaga is the main character. Well, because of the cover and not the game from Japan, or not, Sengoku, I mean, the main character is Nobunaga, which I really feel like we're going to capitalize on Onimusha.
Right.
We released 5 of them for this system, so technically. 4 and then Blade Warriors.
Yeah, and then I don't think that Dawn of Destiny or whatever wasn't even out yet.
Oh, okay. That's a good game, by the way.
Dawn of Samurai, whatever it's called.
I can't remember it. I don't want to look it up. But it's a good game. Also on this podcast.
Yeah, but either way.
I would have liked if this game was somehow connected to Onimusha. That would have been great.
This is also the same year as like Monster Hunter too, which is kind of weird. Or maybe Monster Hunter was a little bit earlier.
That's a series I have never played to this day.
But another one that was huge.
Oh god, yes.
It came out in 2004 in America. Okay, so this is the year after Monster Hunter.
The speed run for all characters is 5 hours and 22 minutes.
I'm looking at a long play that's 3 hours long.
So you can do some shit. I do like that there were a lot of different campaigns, or not campaign, but different maps in the campaign to do. And they are all a little bit different too. The characters felt different enough. Some have guns, some have spears. I think somebody fights with fans because, of course,
Venus has like they're kind of like chakrams or something.
Yeah. No, I really thought about playing this more. I really did.
So there's like a snow level. There's like a level that's kind of like in a religious setting in a way. It's like a temple.
Like a temple, yeah. That's the one with like the golems that you're thinking of. There's one with golems.
I mean, not the big guy, but like bigger guys like that though.
Like the robot golems. What I mean by golem.
But not the Iron Ox guy.
No, not him. He was just in thankfully one guy's level, and he was annoying. Right. There's one that has 2 lovers that you have to try to rush to get there before they get together, or they heal each other.
Mark, Bramble.
You really can't get there in time. I ran straight there, and I barely made it in time to even do much before they're together. So.
Oh yeah, I think I got there once or twice, but they were still like fighting basically together still.
And then there's one with the Azure Dragon. I think it's him. You fight him, and then he runs away after your first fight, and you're supposed to chase him down before he gets to the the outpost because he's stronger. You cannot catch him. You can get up to him close, but you cannot beat him before he gets in that outpost. I tried multiple times.
You have to be really good on your horse, and they do not give you a lot of time to get used to getting on a horse.
No, you don't use a horse a lot.
And if you get knocked off your horse, that horse is done.
And there's not a lot of horses. And Iron Ox cannot ride horses either, by the way.
I believe that. That makes sense.
It makes sense, but I was like, oh, I want him to ride a horse. But he could not. But I tried. Just to see what would happen. He's also faster in general, though, so there was that.
Yeah.
There's a loaded back and play it again. I'm not going to, but there's a part of me that wants to.
Oh, I get it. You totally can, but you got other things to play.
Got other games to play. I got podcasts to edit. And it's just because enough time has passed, and now we're talking about, I'm reminiscing about, like, oh, this is pretty fun.
Yeah. I'm looking here. I'm surprised. I guess they were going to use Masamune in Tatsunoko versus Capcom, but they never did.
Aww.
It seems like the kind of franchise that would have been in a fighter, but they just never did it for some reason. I
would have liked to see more with this franchise. After playing this game, I'm kind of bummed that there isn't more.
Well, we can do Samurai Heroes.
I should look this up, because I know a lot of games through cover art, because I've wandered into many... Oh, not Samurai Warriors. That's a different brand.
Sengoku Basara Samurai Heroes.
I went through a phase where I was buying all the Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warrior game. Oh, I know this game! Keep talking. I have to find out something.
Okay. Yeah, this is the only other one, so I feel like it makes sense at some point we should play it. It's on PS3 and Wii, so very different output. Like, they're probably the same game, but one's not in HD. PS3 and Wii are very different, like, hardware-wise. So I'm curious how one would play versus the other. Probably very similar. This is, again, based on the PS2 game to start with, but still, I wonder how it would be. We got different characters.
Fun fact, I own it.
Excellent.
I bought it for $7 at GameStop.
PS3 or Wii?
PS3. What the fuck, though, Wii? Hey, I even have the booklet in here in this copy. Complete in box. Ooh.
Let's see how much that is now.
I'm sending it in the chat with my hand. I would put it on the camera to show you, but then you'd see me shirtless, so I decided I would just send it to you in the chat.
These days, it is about $22.
Okay. Yeah, it even has one of the guys I played as on the cover. I don't remember his name, the red guy.
Well, yeah, the Azure Dragon and Scorpio, they're in the background.
Oh, okay.
And then these other two guys are up front. Are they from 2, maybe? Who knows? I don't see this picture, but...
Oh, I put it in the Facebook chat for this episode.
Got it.
Sorry, because it's on my phone, and yeah.
Hell yeah.
I didn't know I had it. It was just like, because I had no idea that I even owned this game, but then when I looked up the picture, I'm like, I know this picture. I mean, I was a sucker for games like this. This game is in my wheelhouse, and I love strange games.
I mean, it's fun to just bash on some dudes and just kind of like get at some aggression and anger, right?
Yeah, and sometimes it's just nice to have a game with no real, there's no stress to it.
I'm curious how much different this third one is compared to the first one, because, of course, in between then the series got huge in Japan.
Which is kind of cool.
I'm curious if the second game is like one of the most notable games without a Wikipedia page. Because one does not seem to exist.
I cannot get over that I have a copy.
Well, I guess we could put it on the schedule for next year or something.
Yeah, if you want to pick it up, let me know someday, and I'm like, all right. My guess is not very long either. This is what I miss about GameStop. I went into a GameStop today and bought a Funko Pop, but it's not the same. I miss the days of random shit like this that you would just find there.
Oh, God. It's the classic. It takes 11 hours for the main story, 68 hours for main plus extra, 325 hours for completionist.
So, you won't be completing this one, then, I take it, if we put it on the show?
I mean, probably not, all the way. Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm. You shouldn't. Also, you don't need to be a completionist. You're not a fraudster, so you don't have to be a completionist.
No, but I don't try to complete every game, but I do like to finish a game, and sometimes finish is a weird thing, right?
Yeah, I just like to make that joke, always.
I get it.
I have a weird, dumb irritation with that guy, so that is very self-centered to me for a very small and petty reason, but it comes up a lot in my head.
Be petty. Fuck it. Who cares?
It doesn't do with him. It had absolutely nothing to do with him other than he was mentioned in certain contexts a long, long time ago. And then when he turned out to be a fraudster, I was like, ah! So I find it. I don't watch his videos anymore. I stopped after he did that.
Actually, I have no idea who we're talking about anymore.
Oh, you never heard of Gerard the Completionist?
Oh, okay.
I know I didn't say his name.
Stuff.
Okay, but he did tons and tons of charity work.
Yeah.
But he didn't actually send the money to charity, really. He lied and his family kept most of the money, and he got. I think he went to court. I don't know if it finished or not yet, but it hurt his career really bad. So
that I remember that now. I
okay.
thought you were talking about Trump for a minute.
Fair, but that's a man that I don't hate for a petty reason. I hate because he's a piece of shit. Gerard is petty for me personally.
Very fair.
I will explain after the air. It's very petty. So actually, I'll say it on here. It's been years. So a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, when one of my co-hosts left the show, he asked me to delete all the episodes he was on. And I was like, I can't do that. Like, they've already been published. They already exist. Like, I don't want to delete stuff. I mean, and the guy had one of his friends that said, well, the completionist did that. And look how good he does and everything. Look at him. He's an upstanding citizen type thing. And then it turned out he was a fraudster. So I was like, aha! But it always bothered me. And that's my petty reason for when he turned out to be fraud, made me not like him even more.
I think it's ridiculous that you were asked to delete the episodes. Like, come on.
I didn't.
It's in the past at this point. Even if you don't like each other now, like, it's what's done is done.
It was a petty thing. The only consolation I made is I deleted the episodes that weren't published. There were 10 in the can that weren't published, and I got rid of those.
Jesus.
They were all, yeah, I know. I'm
Hopefully
aware.
You can make up those 10.
I made up 9 of those 10 a long time ago. This is years and years and years ago. This guy left around in the early 70s, sometime in the 70s. So I will not say his name, but that's close enough. Yes, that's always stuck with me. And then every time that Gerard comes up or something like that, that's what I always think of. Because that guy was like, well, Gerard did it. Why can't you do it? Gerard did it for financial reasons.
On my music podcast, we've come close to being asked to take down one episode. And the person was like, okay, I know that I'm not going to ask you. I can't ask you to do that. But can you change this and this? And I was like, all right, sure.
I took down one episode that was published because a good friend of mine, we re-recorded it years later, and then they asked me to take down the other episode. So I agreed. I don't like taking down episodes. As the only published episodes ever came down, but I respected her wishes.
There's a lost episode out there of games my mom.
It was on there for a long time. So it just doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately. I have the file, but I can't do anything with it. So
was it a main numbered episode?
Yes.
Interesting. I wonder.
That one I'm not talking about on the air.
No, we can talk about it off the air. But I'm curious. I must have written it.
It's an old one.
It's
in the 50s.
I made my list here.
It's in the 50s. It got redone, so it still exists as on the show. But
okay, we'll talk about it off the air. I'm curious.
Oh, yeah, I'm really surprised I own this. I have the copy now sitting next to me. I'm going to try to put it somewhere so I remembered, and maybe at some point randomly I might put it on the show if you're interested. So hey.
Yeah, it's thankfully not too expensive to get. I just have to get a copy. So not the deal.
Yeah, you unfortunately won't get it for $7 like I did.
No, but $22 roughly is not terrible.
No, I wish I would have kept receipts and put receipts in the game cases just so I knew what year I bought them when I opened the case, 20 years later or something. Out of curiosity. That game's not 20 years old. But it's just one of those things I think about, like, oh, it'd be nice to know.
Man, they really did a lot of games here. So there was a Sengoku Basara X, which was a fighting game between Capcom and Arc System Works. That was on PS2 eventually after being in the arcades. Sengoku Basara Battle Heroes was a PSP beat 'em up.
Oh, man, there's a lot more to this series than I had any idea when I picked this game for the show.
Then 3 was apparently the best-selling one. Then Chronicle Heroes, which is the PSP sequel to the previous beat 'em up game.
And these didn't come to America then?
Nope.
I mean, there might be translation patches, though.
Maybe. 3 expansion that never came out here. The HD collection. 4 expansion. Oh, no. Is this... Okay, it was a port of the 4th game to PS4 with new content. I see. And then
there's definitely love for this series.
Yes.
I mean, what they need to do is just release a collection of it for current gen, put it on Steam, and my ass would buy it.
I mean, they already played Devil May Cry. You can buy them individually on, like, Switch and whatnot.
And people love collections.
Yeah.
I mean, they sell. Like, I would gladly buy this on deep discount sale.
Capcom's very good about those deep discount sales.
Nice. You move titles eventually.
And I'm sure that's how a lot of their sales figures are so high, is because a lot of people want for like $5.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I mean, I know it's not what they want. I mean, but not still, every can't be GTA 6.
Impressive to say that 10 million people bought X Resident Evil game or whatever.
Yeah, I was impressed when I got to say 11,000 people in Vietnam listened to the show last month. So hey,
that's impressive. 11,000 people
from Vietnam.
Interesting.
It was crazy. I'm like, all right, life. You're strange sometimes.
Maybe there's a base there and you're popular.
Hey, I mean, things happen.
Yeah.
Weird shit happens. That's how it goes.
Don't have a ton else to say at this point.
No, but are you curious to try more of the series now?
I mean, I'll keep going. There's only one other one that we have, regular.
Well, translation is always there.
Very true. I don't know if I would go that far for this series.
I would. I had a decent time.
I get it. Absolutely.
And I have a soft spot for these style of games.
I do think they're fun to just, bash around and, just kind of do shit with. I can't argue there.
It's just sometimes you just need something that doesn't involve a lot of mental strength to play, and you just press button, people die, you get endorphins.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what Dynasty Warrior games are for me. And that's what this game was for me too. It was just something to play and have fun with.
I wonder if this was popular, would we have gotten the second one as Devil Kings 2?
That would have been nice.
Because I mean, at a certain point, I feel like you kind of have to go back to what the series actually is. You can't make it different forever. Especially nowadays, there'd be no point.
Yeah.
We get to the point where they were calling Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, and it's like you feel like it's because we want to make the series connect to each other finally, name wise.
I don't mind that. I like that's one thing I like about Capcom. Usually is pretty good about recognizing their series and what they've done over the years.
Oh yeah.
I mean, hell, who would have thought we were gonna get all the Mega Man games we have in collections now back?
We're getting another one next year.
Yeah, that makes me happy.
Yeah. It's interesting seeing like what's the big hotness for Capcom, in one decade versus another.
When they got rid of Keiji and Nifune, that helped he's like, Mega Man, fuck Mega Man.
We'll make Mighty Number 9, and it won't be as good.
I do want to play it one day. I know it's bad, but I just want to play it.
It's an important game of the 2010s, despite not being good.
You'll cry like an anime fan at prom. Something like that. That's a stupid ass quote they did. They did not. I mean, and he wasn't even like completely involved. Like his company came up with the concept, or it had a little bit to do with it, but it wasn't really like they just added his name because they thought it would help sell. It did.
Yeah, it was NT Creates, I think, did the actual game, but
yeah,
Concept, as they were known back then, was like the
marketer
people.
Yeah,
his company was really weird. Concept, they were doing a lot of that, like it was like support development or like partial co-development, even. So.
I mean. Another thing kind of shocking is since this is actually Capcom developed and Capcom published, and yet it just disappeared for Americans. I mean, we get two games. That's it.
Yeah,
that's not normal for a Capcom production item.
No, there's several different Sengoku Basara games that we could get, but we haven't yet.
I mean, PSP had some good shit on it, so
there's two mainline ones, there's two PSP ones, there's a fighting game.
Damn.
If they did a whole collection of everything, that'd be huge. We'd have so much to play.
Yeah, I would love to see a collection get released. I like collections, as I've said many times, and I will always say, because I bought lots of collections that I'll never play, but just because it's a collection, I'm willing to buy it. You never know.
I mean, what else are they working on, right? Like they have all their big stuff, but like they did a lot of remasters and like re-releases recently. So whatever team they have doing that probably is working on something else.
Yeah, and I don't think this is what they're working on.
Maybe not, but you don't know. They did all the Phoenix Wright games pretty much.
I really need to play those for this podcast someday. You're not the only one I know that loves them, and I should do it. I only ever played the first one.
They're so good.
They are. I like the first one when I played it. I played the DS version. I thought it was a lot of fun. I just haven't gotten around to others.
No, I mean, yeah, the first one is great. It's one of my favorite ones, but there's so much more when you play through everything. It's like just they add on so much.
I own a ton of them on Steam. A ton of them I have picked up and in sales and bundles and all sorts of stuff.
And everything is on Steam except for the Professor Layton crossover these days. So
probably a rights issue or some bullshit.
I mean, it's probably hard to have Capcom and Level 5 work together. Who knows?
I mean, a topic that is fitting because this is a Sony game, was published on the Sony system. Like right now, one of the big headaches people are having is that Sony said, we're not going to make physical games anymore. Fuck you.
That is so stupid of them to do that. I cannot. At the very least, what they could have just said was, we're not going to do physical PS6 game. And I would not have liked that either.
Or just be quiet.
But like to say that, we're not. You
don't need to say it.
To just say, oh yeah, we're going to cut off the rest of the PS4 and PS5 physical games because fuck you. Like, what are you talking about?
And Sony is the one company that I can think of that has gotten rid of stuff that you bought digitally. Like, they did it twice now with different contracts.
And they're closing the PS3 and Vita store.
I mean, as long as they don't take away what you bought, there's, as long as you can still re-download what you bought, there's no issue with it. But I mean, one of the big debates that's always come up, and I did want to have this since this is the weekly episodes, and we tend to have some of these conversations here that are topical, like this, is that, I mean, as the joke always, or the saying always comes, well, if buying is not owning, then pirating is not stealing.
Yeah, no, as a kid, I used to be very against piracy and emulation and all that. And over the years, it's just like, you can't tenably have that position anymore if you care about video games.
I only am against it when it comes to current stuff that you can buy for market value.
And that makes sense. I very much dislike it when a new Switch game comes out. And people are like, oh, you could just get it online. Ho, 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 ho.
No, that to me is stealing too much. Now, when the Switch is dead and gone, I will gladly go through their catalog, but not till it's dead and gone.
I also do think people that emulate mainly also need to shut up a little bit. Like, they are so into telling people about emulation,
Like me?
how much they love to emulate, and all you need is this and this. So you just need a piece of pie and fucking whipped cream to make an emulator work these days.
Well, I'm very big about it for older stuff, and especially stuff that like never existed here. That's when I really champion it. For people, like people are like, oh, I want to play this particular game, and they're like, oh, I want them to release Mother 3. Well, they're never going to, so here, play it this way. Like,
I have looked at a Mother 3 cart in a store, in a game, like a fan translated cart in a store, and been like, do I buy this? Do I go down this rabbit hole?
I mean, technically, it's on a cart.
Yeah, one day I could, and one day, maybe I will. But then it's that interesting thing of like, I want to play that game.
I tried it once. I need to go back and do it someday for the show, because that's a game that should be in our catalog, and I know someone who, if he listens to the episode, he's like, me. Yes, Kyle, don't worry. If I ever do it, you're 100% on the episode. So, but like, so it's something I think about, but I'm not super.
Like, I'm on the board with emulating these days. I'm on board with get your AYN Thors and get your little devices and have fun. To me,
just don't download games that are brand new. Like, stay away from that, or be quiet if you're going to be be an actual thief. Like, nobody's concerned that I played the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie game for SNES and Genesis. Nobody cares, because they're never re-releasing those. So, like shit like that, like this Devil King. This game has never been re-released. I don't foresee it being re-released. Don't bitch that someone pirated it, because I wasn't going to track down a PS2 copy. Well, I don't know if I don't even have a working PS2 anymore. I'm pretty sure my systems are barely holding on. My old ones, I get nervous every time I gotta use them. My GameCube died a few weeks ago. One of the episodes I talked about that. It finally croaked.
That is unfortunate. Yeah,
it was near a launch GameCube.
I have my systems, and I love my systems, and I know eventually I will have to move over to some sort of everything on a zip code or like a zip drive or a SD card kind of situation, and that's fine. But I like having the collection. I like having the things. I like having a library.
I mean, I say that, but I've also never gotten rid of my physical library yet. I just can't bring myself to do it. Like, I have a lot of PS2 games. I'm never going to play them, but I can't part with them.
And like a big reason I like doing this show is because I do get to play them.
That's why that's why some of the shit has ended up on the show. Like, I don't think I own this game. I might. I don't think I do, though, and I'm too lazy to. My PS2 games are not organized alphabetically, so I do not want to move all the Funko Pops and figure it out.
Like, I've always wanted to play, Sugunai Atonement on PS2, and one of these days I'm going to convince you that we should do it.
Hey, I mean, you get me to play games I never would have played otherwise, and I'm happy for that.
Yeah, we need to do a mini this year, and No Rules Get Fat on GBA.
If I have time, I will do it. Sometimes it's easy when only one person wants to do it. I don't have to worry about other people's schedules. So,
yeah,
I know no one. I'm pretty sure no one's going to be like, "Oh, I want to play that." Well, no one. When you mentioned it in the Discord, no one said, "Hey, I'll sign up for that." People just went, "Oh, that's nice." Hey, I like playing some strange ass fucking games. I can't.
I love seeing. It's like it's art at work. It's seeing what people were doing at a given time. It's what was going on in culture. It's just cool to see because everything is made with a reason. Everything is made with intentions, right? Why did they make Devil Kings in 2005, right? Because Dynasty Warriors was huge. And they've done Nobunaga games before, so why not do another one? Why not try to go after that market a little bit more?
It honestly makes sense from that standpoint. It really does, because, Nobunaga is a big character in the PS2 era because of Onimusha. So it makes sense to have a game with Nobunaga. It's not the same Nobunaga, it's Nobunaga. It's fine.
And, people love Capcom games, so it's like, well, if we could do Dynasty
Warriors, look at me.
Capcom, there you go.
I mean, the only reason this game happened is because Capcom was on the bottom of that box. It had not been Capcom, wouldn't have happened. But I have a soft spot for Capcom.
Yeah, I mean, it's It's not hard to see why. They are consistently probably one of the best third-party studios to ever do it. They have so many characters. They have consistently launched and supported many great franchises.
Yeah, I mean, this was one they did support, just not here.
Yeah, and but now they are such a big company now that like I don't know, like not all of their new IP is hit. Like no one cares about what's that Exoprimal, but like people like Pragmata.
What the fuck was Exoprimal?
That was their live servicey shooter.
Oh,
dinosaurs falling from the sky.
That was the issue right there. You said it, live service.
It was Dino Crisis, but not Dino Crisis.
Oh, that's the other thing that made people upset. You have a dinosaur franchise people want, and you go, here, how about you have a live service game? And then they wonder why people get mad.
Right, but they kind of sectioned that off as its own game, as its own franchise, and it didn't take.
Live service needs to die.
I agree, but I also can respect when a company says, let's try it, and they
My issue isn't that they try it. My issue is that it's not a great thing and it doesn't always work. And they get mad like, see, people don't want video games. Like, no, people just don't want live service. Just because Fortnite works so well doesn't mean you can cash in on that pie too. Like, let it go.
It's easier. Like, here's the interesting thing is that like the term live service can be used very broadly. Sony does it all the time. Like, if you look
asking about Concord.
Well, no, but if you look at like Sony's like financial statements and when they talk about things, like they were just saying recently how they're going to keep doing live service games. They also talk about Gran Turismo and MLB The Show as live service games.
Okay, I mean,
because they keep updating them throughout the years with content. So
that's fine.
Definition.
As long as you have something else there, and it's not like a online shooter that like Fortnite that relies on an endless supply of people playing it.
And yes, I agree there. And but if that's what a live service game becomes, is just a catch-all term for Gran Turismo 7's getting updated 5 years later.
I'm fine with that.
Then that's great. Let's do that. But we don't need a million Anthems. You don't need a million Exoprimals to exist.
I own Anthem, which now means nothing.
Yeah. You could have done it on the show, and that would have been lost media.
The funny thing is, I would have done it on the show because there was one of my other co-hosts later on wanted to. He really liked it. He was the one that kind of convinced me to buy it for $3.
Mm-hmm.
I bought it at Walmart for $3. Like it had the code inside the box, but I never got around to it, and now it's gone forever, which sucks because I don't think there was a lot of single player to it. They just wasn't there.
Should we make a resolution to try Exoprimal and try to capture that before it goes away?
No, I don't care. I mean, I don't like to see games go away, but I'm going to go out of my way to play something that... Well, for me, one of my issues is I have to be able to beat said game. And if I cannot beat said game, I get irritated.
No, yeah.
It is a very personal issue, but it is an issue.
I like beating games. And I'll say, I'm reviewing a game right now that is so buggy that I literally cannot finish the game. I cannot hit credit. The game freezes, crashes, will do anything but display the credits.
Yep, it upsets me too personally.
And it's I'm at the point of credits. I've talked to the developers with the site that I'm writing for, and we've agreed. I finished the game. I can write about it. It's not the same thing.
No, you want to have that credit so you can think, I did it.
I've even looked at the credits from the main menu, and it still does not feel the same.
It's not the same. You want to be like, I beat this boss, I beat this level, and here are the end credits to show I finished the game. Then you take your picture and you post it on Facebook. Oh, sorry, that's just me. But, I mean, like, there's something about it that just makes it feel good.
I just have to keep hoping now that, because my save is at the very end of the game, it's at the very last choice that I have to make.
Is it a glitch?
Day, I mean, the game is very glitchy and buggy.
Okay.
So, like, this is not out of the norm, I guess. But I just have to hope one day they will finally update it in such a way that I can just roll credits.
No, I get that.
And then it will be done. Done.
Done. Like that?
And my review will probably be up there and everything, and it'll be fine. But I'm only going to be satisfied when it's done.
Done. All right. So, should we go to questions, comments, or memories?
I'm curious how many you got.
I want you to guess before I open my mouth.
I'm going to say you posted 2 or 3 groups and you got less than 5.
You're not wrong. You're not right, but you're also not wrong.
Okay.
Posted in 2 groups and I got 0.
No questions, comments, or memories for Devil King.
Nobody knew this game.
Has this ever happened before?
It has. It doesn't happen often. But to be fair, this is one of my deeper cuts in a while that I've done.
Mike, I have a question, Mike.
Sure, what's your question?
What was your favorite character to play as? I liked playing as Hornet.
I liked Ezra Dragon. No, did I play as Ezra Dragon? Yeah, that was the first one I played. I liked him. And I liked the Scorpion guy. I thought he was good too.
Cool. Those are like the main characters.
I thought they were fun. I mean, to be fair, that's what I was going for. Nobunaga I didn't care for as much. He did have a shotgun, which was cool, but
And they
no, I
all
was a
had
little bummed.
their special attacks, and that was interesting.
Yeah, I was hoping somebody would have something to say, but again, I didn't expect much because this is such a deep cut game. But
It's
sometimes
still
you
not
need
the
a deep
deepest cut. Like there's an Under the Skin game I had never heard of until we were looking at stuff on an episode, I think.
Under the Skin, is that the Capcom game?
Yeah.
That was also supposed to be on the show at one point, but then the guy quit the show and I didn't want to do it, so I took it right off. I do want to play it one day now.
He produced both Under the Skin and Devil Kings, the same producer.
I mean, Underskin has actually been recommended in the Discord too by Joe, who was going to be on this episode tonight, but then couldn't make it. So other people have recommended it. It's something I wouldn't mind. Another Capcom game, I would not mind making it part of the show someday.
Action adventure stealth game. I have never seen this until like in the last year.
Which game?
Under the Skin.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was a stealth game.
Apparently.
I don't know anything about it other than Jill and Nemesis are in it for some reason.
I mean, it looks like a weird animated kind of like a cross between like webtoons of the 2000s and Me's before Me's, if that makes sense.
In a strange way.
Like it's very expressive and cartoony in a way I would not expect from a Capcom game. Like you
Right.
look at the box and you think it would say like Conspiracy Entertainment or something, or DSI Games.
Fair. It does have a very interesting... But yeah, that's one of the games I've always because I always remember everything that's been like almost on the show that doesn't happen. They all stay in my brain forever because I have problems like that. And Futurama, Under the Skin, Voodoo Vince for the games that didn't happen after he quit.
That's another game I need to play at some point.
He said, I think he thought I would like it. I was like, because this is still early on in the show. We were still in the first 100, so I wanted more, a little bit more well-known stuff to keep the show growing. Now I'm kind of at the point where, like, this is 390. Like, I'm like, whatever.
One of these days, you gotta do Phantom Dust.
I want to play Phantom Dust, actually. I've always wanted to for Xbox.
Yeah.
I own an actual copy of it. And I think, didn't that game get remade too at one point?
It was a really weird thing where they were going to remake it. And then, like Microsoft does, they like closed the studio.
Oh, I thought they finished it and released it.
They remastered it.
Oh, okay.
So like they kind of were remaking it. And then they're like, nah, we'll just remaster it instead.
They do weird shit.
Yeah, this is recorded right before... probably that they're going to announce all the layoffs at Microsoft. So, fun times.
Remember, we're going to replace everything with AI, and then we won't be able to make any money, and then we'll rehire everybody back. Huh.
Or they'll just shut down.
I can't wait till the AI bubble bursts. I'm so ready for that to be over with. We got a couple years still.
It depends, right? Like at a certain point, if you lose billions, you can't keep making that up somewhere.
Somebody's going to make billions. It's just not going to be... Someone's going to be stuck with the bill. That's all. That's how that works. It's pass, potato, pass. It stops right here. That's how that works. I mean, that's all it is. It's just a fake money game until they figure out, this doesn't actually make money, and then someone will be stuck with it, and somebody will walk away rich. That's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because AI is not, I use AI in my job personally, and it helped. It didn't replace my job. It just took a small step, and I don't have to type out stuff. It takes my notes that I put in and puts it into a coherent paragraph, and I'm happy with that.
I try not to use AI personally, but like I understand for some people it's a little bit helpful, and I can't knock that from people. But
I like it for my tabletop game. The GM of my tabletop game, he uses it all the time to make our characters, and I have no problem with it. But I get it. But the issue is not the random person using AI. The issue is companies. That's why they're making all these giant data centers, are for the company, not for random Joe making this or random Bob. Like, no, it's for the fucking corporation that they want to implement it completely. That's the problem with the data center.
The problem is that the whole thing is so expensive, they have to produce it at scale and like scale up as much as possible, and that's just not feasible.
No, and they're not even like, it's just right now, it's just they grab how many can we make, how fast can we make it before they stop us.
Right. And hopefully that's
ridiculous. Right? I mean, hell, my city who approved one shut it down, and they're now being sued because they didn't
building it.
Yeah.
Silly.
So, I mean, I'm not surprised. I don't think they're gonna. I mean, but the city must be smart enough if they're fighting it that they know they can win the case. People bitched because this is also, that's why like with the AI bubble they tried to build everything as fast as they could. So before people got wise. Is what it was.
Sure. I mean, I can see the argument when they're like, well, we need to build it all really quickly because there's going to be so much demand. But clearly, A, there's not enough demand, and B, it's not good enough to necessitate so much demand.
I don't think it's really even about the demand. I think it's more of a, we need to build this before they take it away from us type of thing. Because we know they're going to stop us at some point. So we need to take advantage while we have a piece of shit in office too. That's how I feel it is also.
Like this whole administration, for many things, is going to remember it as the AI presidency.
That's one of the things that we remembered for, yes. All right, I think I should give away a code today. So I have a good code to give away for a game I have played, and also a Capcom game. Game I haven't played, sorry. Resident Evil Village. Your Steam code,
I'm sure.
52EHKIC6ENC4TCN. That is your Steam code for Resident Evil Village. You're welcome, whoever claims that.
Congratulations.
This is why you should always listen to the episodes early, because I always give away a code. You never know what it's going to be, and sometimes I like to give away certain codes for odd games like this, because I know less people listen to it. And honestly, just where things just hit correctly at the time.
Well, this is the short game in between two long games, Mike.
Yes, one that I'm currently playing as we speak and trying to get there.
I'm so close to being done with that game too.
Done.
Rolled credits, but that epilogue chapter is long.
I don't know if you know this. I really like K-pop Demon Hunters a lot.
Still not seen it.
You should. It's a really good movie. I highly recommend it.
If they put out
if you have Netflix, it's worth watching. It's worth watching anyway, but if you have Netflix, then you can just watch it part of your subscription you already pay for. So,
my roommate has Netflix. I don't personally.
Oh, well, watch it anyway. Good. All right, let's go to Shelf Stacker Box. And Dominic, why don't you lead us in?
Oh, I don't know. Since I played every campaign, I don't really see a need to come back to it. Well, so I guess I put it in the box.
All right. I mean, you can still, however you feel about it.
If I was like you in your position, I might put it on the stack to come back to. But
I mean, I'm just going to put it, I'm not going to come back to it, but it is going to go in the stack for me just because I liked it.
Totally fair. Like, I had a good time with it. I liked that I completed everything. It was a little monotonous at the end, of course, but I don't regret doing it.
That's what matters. And like I said, so box for you, stack for me. Glad we played it. Glad it's part of the show. And
yeah,
you know, hey, you need some strangeness. I mean, I think that's one thing you said to make the show special too, is that there's some random ass shit that pops up on here sometimes.
Yeah, I like that you don't just do all the mainstream hits, because it would be boring if you did.
I do a lot right now because I'm trying to get through games that I just need to play. But
well, yeah,
I make sure that there's strange shit. Well,
for every Devil Kings, you're gonna have, you know, a Zelda game. So
I mean, to be fair, next week's game is kind of a deep cut-ish, right?
It did not sell well, I understand. It's a kind of an unsung gem.
Next week, you're going to hear us talk about Neil, The World Ends With You.
If you ever played that DS game, The World Ends With You, and thought, wow, I would love to see what they do with this. They did something. You should fucking play it.
It's on Steam.
Steam, Switch, PS5, I think?
Switch. It's on Steam.
Either way.
I am playing the Steam version, because of course I am.
I'm playing the Switch version, because I bought the Switch version day one and never played it.
Oh, so that's why you kept bugging me to put it on the show, huh?
It's one of the reasons.
You were like, I need to play this, so I'll convince you to put it on the show, so I play.
It's also Kingdom Hearts related tangentially.
We can't get away, can we?
Nomura's there, and Neku was in Dream Drop distance, so, you know.
So yeah, that's what you get to hear about next week. And Dominic will be back, of course, for that. So Dominic's on the next few episodes, actually. Surprise. Next main ones, at least. All right, and then we should go to plugs. And Dominic, where can we find you at?
You can find me on the Dissonant Waves podcast on YouTube. We're a music podcast. We talk about a lot of different albums and EPs and everything else in between, from really well-known stuff to stuff that's even more obscure than the most obscure game Mike has put on this show so far. Check us out. I'm also in the Overblood Facebook group, so if you're from there, hi, hello.
Some people are.
I'm also
some people don't like me and have blocked me on that group, I know, but yeah, they're still there.
I own Blue Sky at DACICHOCKI.bsky.social, but as far as being banned from the Overblood Facebook group, I feel like if you've been there long enough, you've probably gone through that at least once.
I'm not banned. I just know certain people have blocked me.
Or whatever.
I pissed off a few people before.
Because you posted about...
I'm sure people don't like it that I post every week, but I also am essentially plugging the Facebook group too, and I guarantee you, I already know for a fact, most people that have joined that group have joined because of me, so don't be too upset.
Yeah.
And hey, I'm considered one of, like, I have one of the little badges, AI badges for posting so much or something like that. So, hey. All right. If you enjoyed this episode, over 1,000 other episodes of this podcast, we do movies, TV shows, video games, comics, all sorts of content. If you want to support the show, we do have a Patreon. Little dog vote in our Patreon poll. You have 2 polls a month, and you also get all the episodes early. So you don't have to wait the month that I do for all my other publications. Plus, you get these episodes early, too. You don't have to wait till the Sunday. It'll already be on Patreon once I finish editing it. So, great way to support the show, and you get the episodes early, but everything will come out because I will not lock anything behind a paywall. I will not do that. And if you donate $10 or more, I will plug your podcast or YouTube or whatever it is that you do every episode I make during that month, and those plugs do not go away. Like these lovely people, Phoebe Stanton, the Let's Play Princess on YouTube and Twitch. Check out her podcast, Nerds Broadcast. And check out Zach's show, absolutely the best podcast of work in progress. They talk about the MCU movies and currently doing the Alien Predator franchise. And make sure you check out Helena at Hell Has Fury. She did our awesome intro and outro, and follow her on there. And please join our Discord. If you want to be in the show, you want to suggest things for the show, join the Discord. You'll see a link in the show notes every episode I make. So check that out. And please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, YouTube, audio only, and rate and reviews wherever you get your podcast. I think that's everything I need to say. So we will see you guys all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.